With the start of the year 2020, it inaugurates a new beginning, symbolizes a new hope, and constitutes a significant opportunity to deliver vital services to the citizenry of Tagum City. The Public Education and Employment Services Office, known as the PEESO, has been implementing various facilitation services through its core functions in the field of education, employment, livelihood, and skills training, geared towards attaining the pursuit of improving the quality of life of the constituents and fostering progress in the locality.
Kasama sa mga unang niyanig
Ito ang aktwal na pagsabog ng Bulkang Taal kaninang mag-aalas.
Tinaas na ng PHIVOLCS ang Alert Level 4 sa Bulkang Taal.
It has thrown molten rock into the sky, triggering official warnings to the hazardous eruption.
The Philippine province of Davao Occidental is under a state of calamity due to the African swine fever.
Walang makakalabas kahit anong uri ng baboy.
Wasak ang kanang bahagi ng kotseng ito nang makasalpukan ng volunteer fire truck.
Nasa 200 pamilya ang nawala ng tirahan dahil sa sunog sa Sauyo, Novaliches.
isa ang patay at mahigit 20 ang sugatan sa magnitude 6.6 na lindol.
Nagkabitak-bitak ang mga pader ng hotel na ito. Sa gitna ng pagyanig, isang retiradong pulis ang namatay matapos babagsakan ng gumuhong bahay.
Nagkakaroon po ng aftershocks.
Nagdulot ng pagkataranta sa ilang residente.
Madaling araw kanina nang maramdaman ang malakas na ulan at hangin sa probinsya.
Nadagdagan ang mga lugar na isinalalim sa Storm Signal number 1 dahil sa bagyong Rolly na lumakas pa.
Malaundoy kung ilarawan ang pananalasa at pinsalang iniwan ng bagyong Ulysses sa mga lugar na dinaanan nito.
Mga buhay na tinangay at mga ari-arian, pati na infrastrukturang sinira.
Authorities say they're investigating a viral pneumonia outbreak, and there's speculation that it could be linked to a SARS virus that killed hundreds of people in 2003.
A mysterious pneumonia has gripped China, with scores hospitalized by the illness.
Chinese authorities first notified the World Health Organization on January 11th that they had discovered a novel coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2.
Chinese authorities have traced a new deadly virus back to this seafood market in the city of Wuhan.
China says the number of people infected by a mysterious respiratory virus has more than tripled over the weekend.
China has more than 200 confirmed cases of coronavirus, it's called, which produces pneumonia-like symptoms.
And scientists say the virus is getting stronger and is being spread by human-to-human contact.
The CDC has reported 5 cases of the novel coronavirus infection here in the United States.
Patients are reportedly all fine, including a Chinese woman who was confirmed with the virus. For more on the efforts being made by South Korean authorities to contain the virus.
Today, the DOH is confirming that a 38-year-old female Chinese patient under investigation, or PUI, is positive. She is currently asymptomatic.
Umami ang namili sa supermarket nang bumutok ang balita ng pagdami ng COVID-19 cases sa Metro Manila. 40 bote ng alkohol ang binili ng mamang ito para raw sa opisina.
Hindi nakamask si Carla dahil walang pambili.
Now, the Philippines has declared a national public health emergency to contain the spread of the virus.
Sa pagkakaroon, anapita sa state of public health emergency.
Nga natay isa ka book, bag-o nga nag-positive.
Kabahin sa atong mga lakang sa pagpakgang sa coronavirus 19.
The total deaths in the UK is now 8.
Depuis quelques semaines, notre pays fait face à la propagation d'un virus.
Have we been able to eradicate the virus despite our best efforts?
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
These unfortunate events have provided negative impacts in the people, society, and economy. The pandemic resulted in the imposition of community quarantine, which thereby impeded the full-blown delivery of programs of the government. Amidst these difficulties, the PEESO has persistently organized and enforced flexible and innovative interventions to continually cater the masses, being consistent in carrying out the PEESO's indispensable mandates. Its personnel, headed by its department head, Ms. Rojanet B. Llanos, MPA, have put together its wide-ranging programs and activities to be readily available through alternative schemes, such as the utilization of online approaches in most of the PEESO's programs and face-to-face interaction with clients while adhering to necessary precautionary health protocols. To provide the necessities to help the local families in holding out against the pandemic, the PEESO personnel volunteered the distribution of food relief assistance to be provided among the households and was assigned to Barangay La Filipina and Nueva Fuerza. This is one of the prompt initiatives of the city government of Tagum to combat the spread of COVID-19. The expedient distribution of food relief packs from the two barangays cannot be achieved without the support of the volunteers from the armed forces of the Philippine armies, the barangay and purok officials, SASPRO scholars, and other stakeholders. Apart from that, the PEESO also assisted the validation of households in the locality to determine the qualified and deserving families to be provided with financial assistance amounting to 6,000 pesos each through the Social Amelioration Program, or SAP, which serves as a part of the government's response against COVID-19.
Nagpasalamat kami sa City Government of Tagum, labi na kang City Mayor Alan Relion, sa tanan ng mga naglihok, sa tanan ng mga kagawad, ako kayo among mga pasalamat kay labi na gyud kini nga panghitabo karon wala mi trabaho, ako kay nagtabang sa mo ang panginabuhi sa mong pagkaon.
Nagpasalamat ko sa program sa DSWD ug sa City ni Mayor Relion. Nalipay ko nga nakadawat ko ani sir ta.
On April 1, 2020, the PEESO personnel completed the 3 waves of relief pack distributions where it catered 5,124 household families during the first wave, 6,706 during the second wave, and 3,940 during the third wave for Barangay La Filipina, and 684 household families during the first wave, 751 during the second wave, and 290 during the third wave for Barangay Nueva Fuerza. Based on the consolidated output during the SAP distribution conducted last April 28 and May 6 to 9, 2020, a total of 2,585 recipients availed the SAP for the Barangay La Filipina with 15,510,000 total amount disbursed, and a total of 361 recipients availed the SAP for the Barangay Nueva Fuerza with 2,166,000 pesos total amount disbursed. After the execution of the urgent programs, the PEESO resumed its delivery of services, adapting to the new normal. These include continuous conduct of employment referral through Google Forms, job vacancy solicitation for online job posting through Online Job Hub, initiation of the first virtual job negosyo kabuhayan in Davao Region in partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, and the Department of Labor and Employment, or the DOLE, where it conducted product marketing and simplified record keeping, which consolidated a total of 1,032 participants, with 6 companies participated with 962 registrants. The PEESO initiated a premier program dubbed as the e-Talk, talakayang pang-edukasyon, with already featured 4 online episodes, which are Parents' Preparedness on assisting students in the new normal learning scheme, Health Tips on the physical condition of students during online classes, and 2 episodes on mental health, its implication in the development of depression and suicidal tendencies among teenagers. Addressing psychosocial problems, the PEESO aired 4 episodes through radio programs. These episodes discussed essential topics on parental style and involvement, dealing with social media and cyberbullying, mental health, building resiliency and coping strategies, and mental health, defining and managing emotions. Apart from that, the PEESO initiated the poem writing competition with the theme Guru Ko, Hero Ko during the Teachers Month celebration, and produced infographics on resume and cover letter making, which was posted online. Also, the PEESO conducted the 18th Parents Teachers Association or the PTA Week Celebration 2020 through online. This virtual celebration will serve as the office way of acknowledging all the PTA officers for imparting their dedicated and voluntary services, as well as for providing remarkable involvement in the school's development and to the well-being of the learners. Through the ENTREP training goes online, the PEESO was able to utilize social media platforms for the conduct of 6 online livelihood demos with a combined total of 372 participants. The online livelihood demos are balloon twisting training, vase making training, embutido making, chicken ham making, fruit cake making, and lasagna and egg tart making. Other online demonstration entitled Tagumpay Gets Glad, which gave emphasis on industry-based services in line with beauty and wellness trade area. In partnership with Kukuspa of Tagum City, the said demonstration garnered 62 online registrants, consolidated from eyelash extension and eyebrow threading, as well as foot and hand spa with paraffin. The PEESO markedly recognized the significance of commencement exercises for the graduating trainees of skills training who have duly completed all the necessary requirements in order to celebrate their efforts and accomplishments in completing their respective trade areas. As such, it commenced and completed 2 virtual graduation ceremony with 1 upcoming virtual graduation within the month of December 2020. The PEESO, in partnership with the DOLE, also launched a child labor information campaign through social media. It initially conducted 2 episodes which discussed child labor guidelines and programs, and relevant laws, protection, and prosecution. For Tagumpay Biz Talk, a financial management training in coordination with Tagum Cooperative featured 1 episode that discussed different strategies on saving money for low-wage income, which was also posted online. Face-to-face facilitations are responsibly conducted while adapting to the new normal setting. For employment, the PEESO implemented the Jumpstart Philippines program with its first blended life skills training engaged by 20 beneficiaries in joint partnership with the Davao Honda Center and LYR Group of Companies. PEESO Services Caravan from 12 barangays, emergency work program enacted by the virtue of City Ordinance Number 933, Series of 2020, known as the Tabang Panginabuhi alang sa mga Tagumenyo or Tapat, with the support of the Enhanced Gulayan of City Agriculture's Office or CAGRO, directly benefiting 425 Tagumenyo beneficiaries. Tulong panghanap buhay sa ating disadvantaged or displaced workers, Bahay Ko Buhay Ko, in partnership with the Department of Labor and Employment, having 341 beneficiaries, 176 hired for workers hiring for infrastructure projects, 92 hired job orders and honorarium based, and intensified implementation of Republic Act Number 11261, otherwise known as the First Time Job Seekers Act. Through the PEESO, along with the judicious wisdom and support of the 8th City Council, helped enacted the Adolescents Welfare Campaign Ordinance, Enhanced Barangay Employment Desk Program Ordinance, Legs PASLA and Field Job Net Ordinance, Top Notchers Incentives Ordinance, and the recently approved Tapat Ordinance. For education, a general number of 1,284 learners were given with scholarship assistance garnered from the City Educational Scholarship Program, known as the SASPRO, with 64 scholars, and the Sulong Dunong Educational Assistance Program with 1,220 scholars. Through the implementation of the Tagumpay Tabang Eskwela, Balik-Aral sa Tahanan, the PEESO assisted the Alternative Learning System, or ALS teachers, in the printing and distribution, retrieval of learning modules every Wednesday, thereby facilitating more than 200 ALS learners and still counting. With the PEESO's extension, the Tech for Ed personnel conducted one-on-one tutorial on basic computer literacy for PWDs, conducted online business marketing for civil society organizations, more than 400,000 worth of donations in the form of bond papers, flash drives, Duplo inks, and other materials were gathered and turned over to the DepEd Tagum City Division through the implementation of the Project Connect. Moreover, the PEESO conducted a total of 57 career and employment coaching with 5,377 total number of participants in the month of January to March 2020. 316 OFWs referred to Overseas Workers Welfare Administration for appropriate action. 42 OFWs assisted with livelihood and entrepreneurial programs. And 145 OFWs referred to DSWD, City Social Welfare and Development Office, Gender and Development Office, and other government agencies. Other accomplishments of the PEESO in terms of education include the conduct of consultation by cluster to public schools in Tagum City regarding the mechanics, needs, and in the monitoring of learning modules distribution and retrievals. For livelihood and skills training, 136 deserving and qualified beneficiaries were granted with financial loan assistance through the Grow Micro Plus program with a total amount of 1,025,000 pesos total loan granted. Additionally, 70 participants were successfully engaged in actual business enhancement seminar for micro-entrepreneurs. In coordination with the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, known as the TESDA, utilizing blended learning for the implementation of the community-based skills training program, the PEESO has catered 178 total grantees from different trade areas. Correspondingly, 9 graduates have successfully passed the National Certification 2 Assessment for Shielded Metal Arc Welding. Through the Training for Work Scholarship Program funded by the TESDA, the PEESO facilitated 100 grantees from 4 different trade areas, which include for the Special Training for Employment Program. In partnership with the TESDA, the PEESO also facilitated 100 grantees from 3 different trade areas. For the upcoming Technical Skills Training Scholarship to be implemented by the month of December 2020, include 5 trade areas which could benefit 225 participants. For the entrepreneurial training, the PEESO conducted a total of 13 face-to-face livelihood demonstrations implemented during the Ugmad Festival Caravan and PEESO Caravan, which thereby benefiting 241 participants. For the Livelihood Assistance Program, 3 civil society organizations and 1 individual beneficiary were granted with livelihood projects funded by the Department of Labor and Employment, amounting to a combined total of 830,000 pesos. These beneficiaries are Mindanao Care Allied Service Cooperation for the Mayan Program with project entitled Casket and Candle Business, Mr. Eugelio Yacas with project entitled Arts and Craft Business, Jinay with project entitled Bigasan Project, and Rural Improvement Club, granted with additional baking equipment assistance. For the Responsible Parenthood and Intellectual Growth for Children leads to Humane and Transfigured Society Program, or the Rights Program, which is the city's crusade to fight against child labor practices. They underwent social preparations to ensure the sustainability of their projects. Further, for the Project Angel Tree, the PEESO will be catering, within the month of December 2020, a total of 100 child laborers in the locality with food and gift packs. With the implementation of the REAL program, particularly for STAND graduates, rebel returnees, and parolees who were intended beneficiaries, duly integrated with the REAL Tagumpay Pangkabuhayan project, which is intended for locally stranded individuals and returning OFWs. In addition, the Livelihood Project monitoring and evaluation team of the PEESO, apart from the extended volunteer service of its personnel, the team also committedly exerted its efforts in regularly monitoring and evaluating all the project beneficiaries, conduct numerous capability development and enhancement activities intended to empower the livelihood projects of civil society organizations, sustainable livelihood program associations, and NAGOCART beneficiaries. Also, focus group discussions and exit clarificatory conference were also conducted with all project beneficiaries. As of November 2020, the Livelihood Project Admin team managed to exceed its target net income in the amount of 4,500,000 pesos with its actual accomplishment of 6,050,954 pesos. Also, its recent consolidated average return on investment, or ROI, an actual rate increase of 25.04%, which was higher compared to 20% ROI target accomplishment. According to the recent labor market information, the city has a total population of 269,687 residents, consolidated from 23 barangays in the locality, where there is now a total of 111,306 who are currently in the labor force, with 102,401 who are now employed, and 9,411 who are underemployed, while on the other hand, there is 8,871 who are unemployed. Through the PEESO's committed efforts, it solicited 14,488 job vacancies, 12,780 applicants registered, 12,699 applicants referred, and 10,704 placed for employment. Through the constant support of the stakeholders in the continuing dedicated service of the PEESO personnel, through the headship of its department head, the office has recently gained various accomplishments and recognitions. These are as follows. These are the working personnel behind the success of the programs and services of the Public Education and Employment Services Office for Administrative Division. For Employment Division, For Education Division. For Livelihood and Skills Training Division. For Livelihood Project, Monitoring and Evaluation Team. Headed by its Department Head, Ms. Rojanet P. Leanos, MPA. Despite the arising predicaments, the PEESO managed to rightfully execute its programs and services through adapting innovations, all for the general welfare of the Tagumenyos and the city as a whole.
Patuloy ang Pasko.
Patuloy ang Pasko.
Tuloy pa rin Pasko.
Patuloy ang Pasko.
Patuloy ang Pasko.
Patuloy ang Pasko.
Tuloy ang Pasko.
Tuloy ang Pasko!
Tuloy ang Pasko!
Tuloy ang Pasko.
Tuloy ang Pasko!
Tuloy ang Pasko.
Tuloy ang Pasko.
Tuloy ang Pasko.
Hi guys! Tuloy ang Pasko!
Tuloy pa rin ang Pasko.
Karong Pasko, magsadya kita og maglipay.
Ang kinatibuk-ang pwersa sa Public Education and Employment Services Office mutimbaya kaninyo usa ka malipayong Pasko ug mabungahong bagong tuig. Laban lang amidst this pandemic. Tagum, tagumpay.
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 Tagum, tagumpay!
Tagum, tagumpay.
Tagum, tagumpay.
Tagum, tagumpay.
Tagum, tagumpay.
Tagum, tagumpay.
Tagum, tagumpay!
Patuloy ang Pasko. Tagum, tagumpay.
Tagum, tagumpay.